Hi, this is Sherry Methling with Ancient Healings Around the World. I'm here at the St. Mary's Abbey in York, England. And I'm not really sure what the topic is I'm going to be focusing on, but I'm just going to give you a little history here. You see, England in general has a lot of history, I've noticed, because usually it dates back to about 2,000 years. In York, we go back to 55 BC of Julius Caesar, who invaded the area of York. To 71 AD, the Romans conquering the land, taking over, and basically founding the land here in York. The Romans stayed from 71 AD to around 410. They built the foundation here in York, the Romans. From there, we have around 600 that the Pope decided that York would be the center of Christianity in the northern part of England. After that, around 875, we have the Vikings invading the land and conquering and taking over, creating a space known as Jorvik in York. That was the name that they gave the space in York, England. As you can see behind me, we have all the kids in uniform, because everybody in England has a uniform, getting out of maybe school. I believe it's school. I'm in the museum garden here at the Abbey, St. Mary's Abbey. So England was conquered and invaded, not just in York, but throughout most of the land. Vikings, Romans, the Normans, the Scandinavians, and I'm sure many others as well. But the Normans built the St. Mary's Abbey. And the St. Mary's Abbey was once again taken down by King Henry VIII in 1539. Just like all the other abbeys that I'm coming across randomly. But nothing is random or a coincidence. You see, I find it very interesting that I am trying to create what's called the Promised Land, a space that I came across when I was in California, a space that I want to resurrect, not as a monastery, but as a sacred healing grounds for all to come, to heal, to pray, to meditate, to connect in to each other, and not sit around and then focus on different saints or angels or deities and think that they're outside of us and worship them. It's what they were teaching us that was important. It's the teachings. They were teachers. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha. They were all teaching the same thing. King Henry VIII took down more than half the abbeys in England. The richest, the largest, destroyed. You could see how huge this was. Not only do we have the Abbey, but all the land around it. They built walls to protect it. But as you could see, bricks, stone, massive walls cannot be protected. You see, if we're vibrating inside of us and we never feel safe, we never feel protected, we're going to keep on attracting that energy of being a victim, of being attacked to us. From lifetime to lifetime, we keep on creating the same thing over and over until it's healed. Different experiences, different relationships, different jobs, scarcity, or you could have abundance. So, England, York, goes back more than 2,000 years ago. The Vikings conquered this land around 875. Around 600, they decided that York was going to be the center of Christianity. Then the Minster, a huge Gothic cathedral, was built between the 12th and 14th century, a massive, that still stands today. It's more of a museum. So, today, York is also known as the most haunted city in Europe. I did notice that there were a lot of spirits walking around. I could feel them. I don't visibly see them. I could feel them. I could feel when they're around me, when they walk through me. I get very dizzy, very nauseous. Nothing that tea or ginger or anything could just take away. Instead, how do I release that energy? I ground myself. I ground myself into the earth, so I'm not feeling or picking up their energy, their thoughts. I ground, I center, I regroup, I put up protection around me energetically, a blue bubble of light to cleanse. It's inside restaurants, walking down the streets, in parks. Spirits are everywhere here. I notice it, I feel it. I don't know if it is the most haunted because I haven't been all through Europe, but it was said that is the most haunted place in Europe. So, what else? What do you want to create? You see, this was destroyed. We have people that either create, and we have other people who destroy. What are you supposed to create in this life? What are you supposed to build, resurrect, change? What are you passionate about? Do you just talk to people who aren't going to make a significant change just to complain? Or are you going to do something about it? You're going to write a letter, send it to the right people who can help with that change, who can make a difference. Because you are here to make a difference. You are here to pursue what's inside your heart, your passion. Whether that be with work, where you live, what you do, with your children. No person's being, essence, is more important than another. This is true. Even though we put different people, saints, on pedestals, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be worshiping people, saints, angels. We're supposed to be connecting here to each other on this planet. To heal on this planet. To heal, that's why we're on Earth. To heal different things, different emotions, different experiences. If you don't heal it, you're going to be repeating it over and over, lifetime after lifetime. There is no death, eternal life for all. No matter what religion, what you believe or don't believe, we keep going. Depends on what's vibrating inside of us. Do we have guilt, energy of punishment, fear? Then we're going to be creating that in the afterlife. We're not going to be able to move forward. We're not going to be able to move forward. We're going to stay lurking like a spirit, like a ghost here on the land because we have unresolved feelings, emotion, and business. We're still holding on to the past, the history of what happened to us, playing the victim, the hurt, the pain over and over. So they can't move forward into a more healthy, happier vibration of love and light. At the Promised Land, it's quite different. It's not like a church, not like a monastery. It's a space for all people to come. Hence my YouTube channel, Ancient Healings Around the World. First, I have to get to these sacred sites and places where I am directed and guided as I follow the flow and see where it goes. I didn't anticipate being here in England for a long period of time. On my agenda in my head, I thought, maybe about 2-3 weeks tops. Hit Glastonbury, hit Stonehenge. Then it expanded out as I talked to people. Not the internet, not talking to my phone. No, I talked to people. And I received more information and more sacred sites here, not only in England, but Scotland, Wales, as well as Ireland. So I decided to expand, to let go of the itinerary, and to explore these lands first before I move forward. No rock unturned, no stone unturned. Stay present where I'm at, see what I get, talk to people, feel the energy, feel the land, feel the buildings. Everything is energy. Just because it's a rock doesn't mean it doesn't have energy. This is a building that was created by the Normans. 12th century, destroyed by a king who didn't want anything to do with monasteries. Religion, per se. They were huge, massive. People were coming to them from all around. Worship. So he wiped them out. Today, York is a thriving city. A thriving city with about 208,000 people in population. It actually had the largest transportation with the trains around 1877. This is the Museum Garden. This is the St. Mary's Abbey here in York, England. What do you want to create? What do you want to build? What do you want to resurrect? Don't stay in the past, in the history, in the doom and the gloom, in the destruction, in the death and the dying. If you stay focused there, keep on tuning into that. Let me tell you something. You're not going to have much growing in your life. You're not going to be creating. You're going to be constantly focusing on the misery, the destruction, the war, the lower vibration in television, the news, the media. If you let that go, you start focusing elsewhere. One, the news will die off because they won't have anybody subscribing or tuning into them. That energy will die. War. We keep up certain places where there was war, where there was massive death and dying. How about in Germany with Hitler? And unfortunately, all the Jews being put in gas chambers and killed off. They keep that up. We keep that up, let me tell you. That's not good energy. We focus there, we're going to be creating more of that. More anger, more hatred, more death and dying. You got to turn your compass and take this destruction and ask yourself, what are you going to do and what are you going to create? How are you going to make a difference? We are all here to make a difference. We are all here to heal. We're all here to create. But it's time you take action and start creating what's within you, your passions from your heart. So that's Sherry Methling with Ancient Healings Around the World in York, England. Signing off.